Hello, I'm Rochelle with the Edwards team, and this is episode 89 of the Genuine Realtor Show, which airs every Friday. We're kicking off 2020 with some insights into the Hamilton Burlington real estate market. We'll be covering things like home affordability, economy influences, 2020 predictions, as well as the best and worst neighborhoods in terms of growth. I promise we will keep it brief and as entertaining as always. Ready? Let's go. Okay, yes, the thought of running through real estate stats has probably sent a few of you swiping away, but I promise in true genuine fashion, we're keeping this as worthwhile and fun as possible. Let's jump in with the most problematic factor on the minds of many of our clients, affordability. Here's the good news. CMHC reports that 2019 saw very low unemployment rates in Hamilton, which encouraged strong wage growth in the local economy, particularly in the manufacturing and some professional services sectors. This increase in the average wage was more than the increase in qualifying payments for mortgages, essentially how much it costs each month for a mortgage on an average priced property. The average individual's wage has increased $165 per month, while the cost for an average detached home went up $135 per month in mortgage costs. For an average town, the cost went up $122 per month, and for an average apartment, the price to own went up $111 per month in mortgage costs. A driving factor in the increase in affordability was when the mortgage qualifying interest rate dropped last July, which impacted the number of sales in the second half of 2019. So what exactly does home affordability look like for the average person? Well, CMHC broke down the average income and the median sale prices for cities in the immediate area to give us some perspective, and their findings corroborate why we've seen people migrating west. In Mississauga, for a family of 2 average earners, it would take 50% of their combined income to afford a detached home. In Milton, you'd be looking at 45% of 2 average incomes to qualify. Oakville is one of the highest at 65% of 2 average incomes to afford a detached home. Hamilton and Burlington come in at a relatively affordable 30%. For some perspective, qualifying for a mortgage falls around 30 to 35% of your monthly income. If the mortgage costs more than that, you're not eligible for that price point. You can, however, compensate with a larger down payment, reducing any debt, or getting more income on paper. If you're thinking about real estate in 2020, please reach out. We've got lots of pearls to share and would love to chat. Now, let's take a look at which locations stood out in terms of growth. For single detached homes, the top 3 for growth based on median sale prices were Hamilton areas 21 and 20, as well as Hamilton East. These make sense as this is where affordable homes are. These homes sell as there is a demand for the price point. I mean, really, where else can you find a detached home for less than $400,000, and the prices trend upwards because of it? The bottom 3 performers were Burlington 35, which is Millcroft, Heddon Forest, The Orchard, Corporate, and Palmer. It's a big area, followed by Dundas and Ancaster. The reason they didn't see much growth in detached homes is because of the affordability limitations and low inventory, especially in Ancaster's case. Moving on to townhomes, the top 3 were Grimsby, Burlington 35 again, and Hamilton Mountain. 50% of all townhomes sold last year were in the $350,000 to $500,000 range, which is that hot pocket for affordability. Because towns are such a sought-after commodity, the top and bottom are a reflection of inventory rather than one area outperforming another. Grimsby's geographical boundaries being a relatively narrow strip of land between the shores of Lake Ontario and the escarpment, developers have focused on building high-density townhomes, which helped boost affordability and number of sales. The bottom 3 were Ancaster, Glanbrook, and Stony Creek. Again, let's note that all areas saw growth, and the variance is mainly caused by the difference in inventory. Last on the growth comparisons are apartment-style condos. 90% of those sold were less than $500,000, which makes this the most sought-after style, again, due to affordability. The top 3 areas for median growth were Hamilton Center, Hamilton East, and Hamilton West. Hamilton Center saw such dramatic growth because of the development projects and an increase in new builds. If we isolate just the resale units, we're still looking at 15% growth. The bottom 3 were Burlington 31, which is the downtown core, so Maple and Plains areas, followed by Burlington 35 again and Stony Creek. For Burlington's downtown, inventory and price point play a big role in the lackluster growth. The area itself is highly sought after, but not accessible to everyone who wants to own a condo due to affordability. If you're rolling any questions around, leave it below or shoot me a DM. I'd be happy to clarify. So what's on the horizon as we jump into a new decade? CMHC has looked at the numbers and is predicting that the number of sales will be stable or higher than 2019, where we saw around 12,900 sales in Hamilton Burlington. There is nothing to suggest a slowdown in economic growth, so we can expect stable employment and wages. There are also no indicators of mortgage rates going up, which is great for buying power, but it's looking like wages will keep pace with the cost of mortgages, so it's unlikely we will see any further narrowing of the affordability gap in 2020. We can expect to see overall growth in Hamilton and Burlington of somewhere between 5 to 7%, and after attending their market forecast for a few years, CMHC regularly hits their predictions. So the big takeaway from all of this is, if you are a first-time buyer, the market is not going to become any more affordable. If you've been saving for a home but can only afford a condo, you'd likely be better off getting onto the property ladder now and leveraging that first purchase to get into the home you're dreaming of. If you're looking to sell and your property is in the $400,000 to $700,000 range, you're in the high demand price point and should be able to maximize your return with the right marketing plan. Whatever your situation, we would love to sit down with you and discuss your options. Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. Keeping it genuine, your realtors, the Edwards team of Todd Real Estate.
I am so out of practice.